Hi everyone, and welcome back to another edition of UC Tech Chat. I'm Julie Webb, and joining me again today is Brian Ferguson, and we're going to be talking about what is VoIP. Brian, thanks for being here.
Great to be here again, Julie.
Well, being in the industry, I think that we just automatically assume that everyone knows about VoIP and what VoIP is and how their business can benefit from that. And in reality, that's just not the case. There's a percentage of people out there in the world who don't know what VoIP is all about. So why don't you tell us, what is VoIP?
Okay, so what is VoIP? So VoIP is voice over IP, or basically the ability to take your communication system and place it over your internet connection and make your calls out your internet connection and through your company network. And it has a lot of really great benefits. It eliminates the need to have the public phone company, so you don't pay Ma Bell or Pac Bell or any of those old traditional companies that you don't have to pay any of them anymore. So you don't have to do that. So now you can have everything over internet connection. You have one connection that goes out, and you can consolidate things. So it has a lot of really great benefits today.
Can you tell us how a typical business would benefit from VoIP?
Sure. So the number one thing is going to be save money. You can literally save 60 or 70% of what you're paying today off of your phone bill by switching to voice over IP. Because again, you only use your existing data connection that you're going to have. You pay what's called a SIP provider or VoIP provider for that connection, and you can save instantly. And that cost savings can really help you save money for a voice over IP phone system that can allow you to do that. The other thing is features. You can get a lot of really great features with a VoIP system that you could not get with a legacy system, and you can get it at a reasonable price and very easy to use. Things like mobility and the ability to use my mobile app for my communications. Those things were never heard of in the legacy world.
Right.
You can do those things, really easily in a really inexpensive way with a VoIP system.
Well, there used to be a buzz around VoIP that the call quality wasn't as good if you were using VoIP. Is that the case?
So not anymore. So number one, the technology has really matured, so you don't really have to worry about that from a technology standpoint in general. The bigger question for VoIP quality is going to be the quality of your network. So if you have an up-to-date business-grade network internally and you have a really high-quality internet connection, call quality is not going to be an issue. In fact, with HD voice, it can be even better than what you're used to today.
Well, you touched a little bit on infrastructure. Is there anything else that businesses would need to make sure that they were ready for if they were going to move to a VoIP system?
Sure. So the biggest thing is to make sure that your network is in good shape and up to date. So you're going to want to make sure that you have a reliable internet connection, one that's up all the time. You can't afford to have downtime now that you have voice over IP, because now it's potentially your communications goes down with your internet connection. So you want to make sure that that's secure and ready to go. You want to make sure you have the proper amount of bandwidth or the amount of speed or an amount of data that you're getting. A good rule of thumb is that a call takes about 100 kilobits per second. So if you multiply that number times the number of concurrent calls or calls that you have going on at the same time, that'll give you the bandwidth you need for that, just for communication. You want to have good network equipment, so you want to make sure that every office has a network connection instead of just the old phone
Right.
jacks. You want to make sure they have a router, a business-grade router, because the business-grade router has features in it that can prioritize your traffic. So it can say, I'm going to say that voice traffic is the most important thing in my business. I want that to work all the time. So if somebody's going to be on Facebook or downloading a really big video file, it's still giving the proper amount of bandwidth to the phone call so that sales call can still go through.
Perfect. Well, this has been some great information, very informative. So thanks again for joining us. I can't wait till the next time.
Yeah, no problem. It's been great. Thank you very much.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time for another edition of UC Tech Chat.